We can speak now to Firas Maksad, who's director of the Washington-based think tank, the Arabia Foundation. Welcome to NewsHour. When we see the statement from the kingdom condemning what Mr. Trump had to say yesterday, do we take that at face value?
Well, I think the way to interpret this is to say that sometimes there are disagreements amongst friends, and friends agree to disagree. Saudi Arabia obviously views itself as being a leader of the not only Arab, but also in the Muslim world. And the unilateral decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel is something that Saudi Arabia just cannot go along with, despite being a strong American ally.
Does it think that it is an impediment to reaching a peace deal in the Middle East?
Well, it certainly inflames passions on the Arab and Muslim side. It makes it more difficult for America's friends and allies in the Arab and Muslim world to reach across the aisle and try to play a constructive role in bringing about a peace settlement. And Saudi Arabia has made no secret that it is trying with the Trump administration, particularly with Jared Kushner, to play a positive role in trying to bridge that divide. This latest decision is certainly not helpful.
Not helpful? Does it undermine it?
In the short term, yes, it does. I think it only further consolidates the view within particularly the Palestinian camp that the two-state solution, as we heard earlier, is no longer tenable, that is no longer achievable. And it adds fuel to the fire. It empowers those in the region that don't believe in a peace process.
And we also saw yesterday President Trump, in a rare comment, saying to the Saudis, you've got to open up your ports for humanitarian aid. You've got to do more to let it in. Again, cynics might say, is this all for show, and is behind the scenes actually a very different dynamic going on?
You're referencing the statement on Yemen, I believe.
Yes, that's right.
Certainly, the Yemen crisis has been going on for quite some time now. It's primarily a tragic civil war in which many civilians have lost their lives. But, the White House and President Trump haven't commented in the way that they have yesterday. And it was quite curious that it came out, very shortly after Saudi Arabia issued a condemnation of the decision to move the embassy to Jerusalem.
So you think there's real disagreement there?
I do really think that it's genuine. There has been some suggestions in the press that, with a wink and a nod, the Saudis look the other way as this happened. I can tell you from conversations I've had, although I don't speak for the Saudi government, that there's real frustration and there's a real sense of disagreement on whether this was the right move or not.
Firas, thank you very much indeed. That was Firas Maksad, who's director of the Washington-based think tank, the Arabia Foundation. You're listening to the BBC World Service. This is NewsHour, coming to you live from London with James Kimarasamy.